the graphic nature of its content, listener discretion is advised.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories, Mike and Juslin travel the 8 hours it takes to get all the way out to Nashville, Tennessee from Raleigh, North Carolina, in order to link up with the folks over there at Operation Giveback. Operation Giveback is a program which gives back to the families of the fallen, and they don't necessarily box it in or stipulate it with a blue star or gold star or what have you, which their founder, Jose Aponte, gets into later on. But they give back to the families of the fallen in the form of Christmas presents. And this episode hits pretty close to home because we are Marines, and the reason why Operation Giveback was in Nashville, Tennessee is because they were running from Chattanooga up to Nashville on the Ragnar Relay in support of the families of the fallen that had been gunned down in Chattanooga. And so we linked up with them in the city, and we're going to be hearing a little bit of their interview here in a little bit. But Juslin, I want to talk to you about our trip out to Nashville, because this was a journey in and of itself, was it not?
It was an adventure for sure, man. One that we made round trip in a day. Crazy assholes driving across America.
Entirely necessary, though.
Yeah. No, that was actually really inspiring.
Well, it's how they do everything with the Ragnar Relay, how they go their mileage, and everybody is a team member pushing each other along all the way through to the finish. And then how Operation Giveback does it is they come together at the finish line, take it on home together as a team.
The way that veterans are assembling and reaching out to fellow veterans is what really drives me. There's a whole lot of collaboration and involvement that we have in various capacities with all sorts. I mean, everybody's out there, whether it's a nonprofit, a for-profit, whatever. Everybody's out to help in some way that I've seen. I mean, it might not be a huge way directly at times, but everyone's looking to make this nation better, and that hope is raw inspiration. I mean, giving that hope to one another via action and via commitment, you know. So, I mean, it's hard. We've all got stumbling blocks. We've all got shit in our lives that's just so fucking heavy. I mean, we get through together, and there's organizations like Warrior Angel Foundation and Operation Giveback and Warrior Hall that are deliberately trying to help. So take that, gents. Take that and run with it, because we need this. We all do. And though shit get hard, we can pull together again. We didn't stop being brothers because we got out of the fucking Corps. We're still Marines. You're still veterans, everyone.
Well, and that was the other thing, too, with Operation Giveback, is the diversity of veterans that are there. That was the other cool thing. There was Army, Marines, Navy, the whole gamut was there, and also enlisted an officer across the ranks were there, being represented. And I just thought it was cool as well in being among, the wounded veterans that were out there. I mean, some of these folks were missing limbs, missing legs, and still running the Ragnar Relay. It's kind of like, nah, I'm a pussy. Ah, shit. Yep. I'm a bitch. Hey, Chris Gordon. Way to go. That dude could kick my ass. What do you think?
He's a good dude, man.
Yes. We interviewed Chris. He's one of the guys down there. And so we hope that you enjoy these episodes as they're coming up. And give us your feedback. Subscribe, rate, review. Give us a comment. Tell us how we can do better in general. And, what we've done here with the Nashville recordings is a little unique. We're in the middle of downtown Nashville.
In the back of a Kia.
In the back of a Kia Sorrento.
Yeah, not a lot of room. We were sitting cross-legged and had all 4 mics rolling pretty good.
Yep. And so, hence the frame up for the episode. But we hope that you give us a subscribe, a rating, and a review on there. Go ahead, listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or Player FM. There are a few other aggregators out there. And, don't forget to check out our sponsors. That's Counter-Strike Coffee, VeteransList.us, and First Data. We're also, I love On It, Alpha Brain. That's another good one. And go ahead and find those links in the resources page. Got anything else before we get into this? First up is
Matthew DeBoard and Chris Gordon, 2 fellow warriors who just got done running the Ragnar Relay for Operation Giveback. Operation Giveback is an organization led by Jose Garcia Aponte, former sergeant major type out of the U.S. Army. Basically, the short and skinny on it is, they raise funds so that way they can purchase Christmas presents for the families of the fallen. And this specific Ragnar Relay just got done wrapping up. They travel from Chattanooga, Tennessee, up to Nashville, Tennessee, in order to raise funds for Christmas presents for the fallen Marines and sailor in Chattanooga. So, Matthew DeBoard, Chris Gordon, welcome to Cigars and Sea Stories.
Hey.
Cramped up in the back of our fucking Kia. Yeah.
Is this a damn Kia? I didn't know. I'm getting
Yeah, that's the goddamn. Hey, man, it was manufactured in Georgia. We're fine. We're fine. So, where are you guys out of?
I'm from Normal, Illinois.
Okay.
It's an actual place. Yes.
I currently reside in Claremont, Florida, near Orlando, Florida.
Okay. Yep.
But originally from New York City, and my Mets are in the World
Oh,
Series.
snap. Oh, snap. Shea Stadium. Yep. Gotta love it. That's awesome, man. Okay, so let's start with Matthew, right? You prefer Matthew. Excuse. Okay.
Doesn't
All right. I want to be sure. You're a fellow Marine right
Yes.
now. And what'd you do in the Marine Corps?
I was radio operator communications. I did that for 12 years. Did 4 combat tours.
Right on, man. Where were your tours?
Iraq. I was in Fallujah twice, and then third one was just we were all over the Al-Anbar province with 12th Marines, artillery, doing convoy escorts, and then last time I was with an embedded training team.
Right on, yeah. We're both embedded trainers. That's awesome. That's few and far between that actually meet embedded advisors. So, how was that experience? Were you with the Iraqis?
Yes.
Oh.
Iraqi police, Iraqi army. So
Jesus Christ. What was that like?
100 of us to 12 of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, dude. That's gnarly. So, Chris, you're a former soldier, correct?
Yes. Army. I like to refer back to my original MOS, which was I was a tanker, but then something crazy bug bit me and I reclassed to supply. So I
You got sick of bouncing around in fucking tanks, man.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
bit you.
Plus
Yeah.
the Army screwed me and put me with OPT4, so I really didn't know my job. So I just decided to learn a new job, and that's when I got stationed with in Fort Lewis, Washington. I had to learn all about the strikers, and I became a supply sergeant for Alpha Company 1-5 Infantry.
Nice.
And that's who I deployed with.
Cool. Where'd you deploy?
Talifar, Iraq.
Talifar.
Yeah.
I never even heard of Talifar.
Yeah,
Where's that at?
Well, originally, main body was in Mosul, Telfar is a small town near Mosul in the north. So my company got detached and went with some armor guys. in
Cool.
Mosul.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like you rolled around and hunted people. So
Yeah, it
that's
was
always fun.
interesting.
Hell yes. So what brought you guys into Operation Giveback?
I've just met I found out about Operation Giveback. I think just by chance. I think you're just looking around on Facebook trying to find fellow veteran organizations in the Florida area because I've just moved down there, so and just be a part of something that doing better for the fellow veterans.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my road to meeting Sergeant Major and Operation Giveback was a little bit trickier. Funny thing is, another organization that is local to Orlando that teaches golf to wounded veterans. I went out to an event with them and saw an old buddy of mine from Walter Reed, and he introduced me to Sergeant Major. And this was like when Sergeant Major was just having the infancy of Operation Giveback. And I've been with him ever since. That was back in like 2011.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so once I heard his mission and how he even thought about doing it, I was like, I'm on board.
Well, what's your official capacity with Operation Giveback? Or your role?
My
Yeah.
personal one?
Yeah.
I just help spread the word. I don't have a specific function with them, but
Right on.
you know, I like to support Sergeant Major wherever he goes and spread the word. And you know, anybody wants to ask any questions, I'll let them know that they're real legit. And you know, when you see Christmas time come and you see the actual results, you know that it's really a good organization.
It's fantastic. Helping out the Gold Star families. It's a really solid mission. I mean, for me personally, that's been one of the biggest things is,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just not going to find peace, unless I help the families of the fallen. That's our charge if and when we make it back. So, yeah, man, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Proud of you guys. So what's the whole Ragnar Relay? Can you explain to our audience how this works? Because this has been for you?
This is my actual 8th Ragnar. This is only my 3rd one with Operation Giveback. But basically, what Ragnar Relay is it's supposed to be a 12-man relay race. So one person runs right after the other, and you're 6 people in 2 different vans.
Okay. All right. Right on. And how mileage-wise, what's about the average?
Average, I would say probably about 6 miles each leg. You do 3 different legs.
Okay.
Each runner does 3 different.
That's what
legs.
scared me at first when Sergeant Major, told me about coming out and doing a Ragnar, and he said the total number at first. He was like, "Yeah, like 200 miles." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, wait a second.
But he explained, and with our setup, we get even more than 12 people and more vans. So, it's spread out. It's just a fun time. It's not too much to physically overdo it or anything like that. So.
No. Yeah, it's just a good time, camaraderie, all of these
yes.
different things. That's
Yeah,
cool,
definitely,
man.
Yeah. It's like a little adventure
Yeah.
for a good cause.
Yeah. And how long does it usually last? How many days?
It's a 2-day event, so it usually takes about 36 hours, about on average, to complete one. We started Friday morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll be ending Saturday afternoon, evening, about
Evening time, yeah.
4 o'clock.
Wow. Dude, that's awesome, though. That's so cool that all these different veterans are coming together, working in teams, doing all sorts of stuff, hanging out. Yes.
And it really does help to spread awareness because, we're just a small part of our participants in a Ragnar. So all the other people that participate, they're asking, what's this about? What's your cause about? Why are you doing this and all that? And, you get to spread the word that way.
Yeah.
And plus Ragnar itself, corporate Ragnar itself has been very appreciative of the organization and what we do and what the organization wants to accomplish and its goals. So it's been great.
Fantastic.
Tight-knit community of runners.
Hell yes.
Yeah. And some of them have told me that I inspire them. I don't run personally. I walk. But just being out there, and then they see that I have a prosthetic leg, and
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I can't complain about the aches I got going on right now. You're out here, pushing along. So I'm like, all right, cool. And everybody, I mean, they have so much fun doing it. It's so cool how they paint their vans and they have the little costumes and everything. And it's really a fun time.
Yes. That's cool.
So good camaraderie, networking, showing esprit de corps, so to speak, for veteran initiatives and all that. I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It gives us, me personally too, a little feel of that esprit de corps and camaraderie that we miss being out of the Army,
Oh, yeah.
Whatever service, the Marine Corps in your case.
Yeah.
And we sometimes we get challenges of how we're going to get this mission done. Like if we're falling behind schedule and, switching stuff up that way. The same type thing,
You guys ever talking shit? You were like, no, the Marines do it this way. No?
Not really.
Nah.
That's good. No, that's good.
It's
that's
teamwork time.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I went through this one thing, EBV. It's Entrepreneurship Boot Camp for Veterans. And what I always tell people is, I went there a Marine. When I came home, I was a veteran. I think a lot of us need to find a veteran organization. Not every veteran organization is a good fit for everybody. But it's fantastic, though, when you actually find that good fit. And you're like, yes, I'm like in the veteran community now.
Yeah, while you're in, you definitely talk a lot of shit back and forth against the other branches, but then once you're out and then meet a fellow veteran from a different branch here, it's all bonds and brotherhood again.
Yeah.
It was like breathing a breath of fresh air coming up to another veteran. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get that automatic
Common bond almost.
common bond acceptance. It's like you don't have to do the same icebreaker. Our icebreakers are easy. It's like, hey, who are you with? Or like, where'd you serve? Oh, cool. Oh, right on. I know guys
Yeah.
went down that way.
Yeah.
And I really find that to be the most inspiring part of all these things that we get to go see, is just that coming together.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need in this country right now, especially right now. And so we as veterans, we're going to bootstrap this country up, pick it back up from freaking the fear and the mire that we're all in.
Yep.
And we'll lead this way again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. It's
So-
with me, like participating in a lot of these different veteran organizations, and mainly Operation Giveback has shown me that it is really a small world, because I've ran into guys that I knew from like Walter Reed or at other duty stations, and they're out there trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, and that's like the best feeling when you get to link back up and see the positivity,
Hell yeah, man.
So for all of our listeners out there, if you haven't already done so, check out Operation Giveback. That's operation-giveback.org. Again, that's operation-giveback.org. So operation-giveback.org. If you're not a fucking loser and forgot what TAC means. So we are talking on the radio, right?
All right, real quick to wrap up, right? Quick 2-minute story.
Yeah, you guys got any sea stories?
Funniest shit you saw, like some guy fell off the third deck in mattresses or something.
I got a Ragnar story actually from the last Ragnar we did in Washington D.C. with Operation Giveback. In the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, we're driving along, seeing this guy running in front of us, and he was just wearing a pink thong, and that was it. No, we didn't really think anything of it, and we thought he like maybe had like a bodysuit on because of like these costumes and stuff, and it had like the pink thong over it. But as we got closer, we finally realized, oh no, that's just skin.
He is not messing around.
Yeah, he was not messing around, and it was raining too, so it was not a good time for
This
him,
is
I'm sure.
awesome.
This guy's rocking a slingshot banana hammock in the rain in
Yeah.
DC. That's awesome.
Yes.
Smuggling grapes. That's sweet.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I got so many to choose from, because each time you do a Ragnar, little things happen that kind of define that particular Ragnar, like
Right.
the one of them that I remember the most, we get up very early to start the Ragnar, to link up at the start point and all that. So we got up, loaded up the van, headed out. We're driving down the freeway, and we're like, man, I just got this feeling like forgetting something. And we're like, oh, well, I always had that feeling. A couple minutes later, we're like, hold up, we forgot Chief. Yeah, one of our guys, that particular year, his goal was to run a marathon in, like, all the different states. And he decided to join us for Ragnar. And we forgot him at the hotel in the morning, so...
Sorry, Chief.
Yeah, we had it back and got him, but it was just funny. How do you forget a Percy?
Right. That's good accountability. You could tell that the Army took roll call that morning. No?
It's easy to forget a warrant officer, though, right?
Yeah, well, I know that you guys have a lot more, but we're kind of phasing them out in the Marine Corps, I think.
Oh, yeah?
I think regular CWOs don't exist. I think gunners are the only warrant officers, right? Am I right, or am I crazy?
No, they still got Seabird. They don't. I don't think that they have motor T. Range warrant officers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the range officer MOS went away. Now only infantry gunners run all the ranges now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they phased them out. Matter of fact, I knew the very last range officer who is still serving. I'm pretty sure he just now retired. Dank, if you're still out there. So, yeah. So you all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, gents, we certainly do appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you for sitting in the
Thanks,
back
man.
of our Kia.
Yeah,
Anytime,
man.
man.
Thanks for cramping up with us. This is fantastic. Anytime that we
So-
can chat with fellow veterans, man.
Cigars and Sea Stories is proud to support and sling Counter-Strike Coffee. Counter-Strike Coffee, I want you to know, is meant to be drink black. Now, I myself love coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. I went away from black coffee for a little while. Needed the cream and sugar when I was rocking it with the generic blend. Counter-Strike Coffee brought me back into the fold in a huge, huge way. They do a great dark roast. I'm a big fan of napalm. That's my fave. Smooth operator is good, though. It can go with cakes and pies, and I got a bit of a sweet tooth. I know a couple of us do, And then also Firewatch. I mean, Firewatch, that's going to be the kick in the ass that you need in order to get your day going the right way. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already done so, check out counterstrikecoffee.com. Use promo code Cigars and Sea. You will get 10% off. Again, that's counterstrikecoffee.com. Use promo code Cigars and Sea to get yourself 10% off.
Next up on Cigars and Sea Stories Road Show Edition in Nashville, Tennessee. We're on the road chatting with the folks from Operation Giveback. Operation Giveback is a fantastic organization that gives back to the Gold Star families of the fallen. And we are sitting down right now with the founder, Jose Garcia Aponte. He's a former command sergeant major in the U.S. Army. And how you doing, Sergeant Major?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. I really thank you for driving down since 4 in the morning to come down and join us. As you know, we just running from Chattanooga to Nashville, a 200-mile event with one purpose in mind, to raise as much money as we can to buy Christmas gifts for military orphans.
Wow, that's fantastic. An extremely powerful mission. Yeah, we're happy to be here. I'm proud of it. I'll tell you what, we wouldn't have missed it for the world. You guys are creating impact and adding value to the world. So what led you to create Operation Giveback?
I retired in 2009 after serving almost 29 years active duty. And believe it or not, I thought I was ready. For the next 2 years, it was very challenging. In March 2011, my wife Thibault, an Oprah Winfrey show entitled American Bravest Family, in which Oprah followed 5 families. One of those 5 families is Teresa Archiola, who's from New York, and drive 5 hours one way to Arlington National Cemetery to see the final resting place of her 19-year-old son, who was blown up in Iraq. She was raw, in your face, and she grabbed my heart. At the end of the show, Oprah turned to the studio or to the audience and challenged everybody with the following: in your community, those of you watching, those of you attending today the show, you could do one thing, whatever that is. Doesn't have to be something big. Just do something that will add value to this community of veterans. So I took that as a call to action, and my wife and I, we runners. We knew into Orlando. We had no money, nobody. Under 90 days, we put together a 5K, expecting 250 people. On 14 May 2011, 1,081 people showed up. So we knew we knew we had something in mind. Now, the amazing thing is that my mentor, Mr. Zig Ziglar, found out about what we were doing, and he paid for the first active duty wounded warrior to come from Fort Hood, Texas, into Orlando, Florida, with his family, Sergeant First Class Chuck Armstead, to enjoy the event. So what led us to found Operation Giveback? We wasn't looking to opening a non-profit. I had no clue about what is a non-profit, but we wanted to do something to add value to the military community. And here we are today, going year number 6.
Wow. That's awesome. That is so fantastic. Good for you guys. I'm telling you what, it's an inspiration to everybody within the veteran community. You mind if I snap a photo?
I don't care.
I'm just hanging out.
Me sleeping.
Yeah, there you go.
This is how we do it.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yes.
That's what's
fantastic.
Up.
Yeah, we've been offered a TV show. We're thinking about filming that in June. We're going to do a Kickstarter
nice.
in order to get everything going. But we're trying to lock on like an RV or a tour bus or something so that we can travel around the nation.
That would be perfect, man.
Yeah. We actually plan on going to, are you familiar with Bunker Labs? Have you ever heard of that?
No idea.
It's a startup incubator, and they've got 9 locations. The 10th location is going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina.
God, that's great, man.
So yeah, we're thinking about bouncing all over the U.S. and yeah, it's good stuff. Got a lot of stuff in the works. It's a little cramped. See, Sergeant Major wants an RV.
But this is good. I like this. This is cool.
You know what we make do? Just like in our military days. Whatever circumstance,
Adapt and overcome.
There you go.
Yep. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. We need to get that RV and bounce around. Sergeant Major said we need an RV. I'm just saying for the listener audience. Hey, listeners, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM. Go ahead, click subscribe. Give us a rating. Give us a review. Former Sergeant Major or Command Sergeant Major type. See, you guys have the difference. What is the difference in between a Sergeant Major and a Command Sergeant Major?
Well, a Command Sergeant Major is just that. He commands troops. A Sergeant Major is an expert on his field. And so a Command Sergeant Major will have 2, 3, or 4 Sergeant Majors working under him, depending if he's a brigade commander type Command Sergeant Major, or if he's a division Sergeant Major. If he's a battalion Sergeant Major, then he will have an S3 Sergeant Major working for him. So that's the only difference. It's just that the Command Sergeant Major is actually the one in command.
Okay.
So it's roughly the same breakdown between Master Gunnery Sergeant, who's an expert in their field, and then what we just call regular Sergeant Major.
Correct.
Yeah. Are in command. Okay. Yep. So it's just nomenclature.
Yep.
Essentially.
Look at that. Learn something new every day. Sorry that I wasn't up to snuff on all of my Army rank structure.
Yeah, I mean, don't hate because you chose not to join the Army.
Gotta love that little ribbon in between. Oh, man. Yeah, it's funny. We were just talking with Chris and Matt, and man, I tell you what, it's so fantastic. A lot of folks don't realize this because they think one veteran organization is every veteran organization.
Correct.
And one of the things that I really stress is find the organization that's a good fit for you. The Marine Corps was a good fit for me. The Army was a good fit for the good Sergeant Major here. So, I mean, whatever fits for the individual veteran. Were you looking to obviously bring in other veterans and things of that nature? But when you originally did the onset for the Christmas presents for the orphans, I mean, that's a huge mission first and foremost. How do you target that? How do you pull in the veterans? How do you organize all of this stuff to make it happen?
Something so funny. Our first official Gold Star is Veronica Ortiz, who's Staff Sergeant Hero Javier Ortiz, United States Marine Corps, stationed in Camp Lejeune, was blown up in combat. So, amazing story on how all that came up to be. Now, we don't look for specific branch of service. We don't care. And if you look at your name tab, you got your name. The other one say US. So it's us. It is a combination. We are members of the greatest armed forces known to mankind. So it doesn't matter, which branch of service you serve. But when we go out to honor the children of fallen heroes, and it's so funny because that came out from everything that I do. My wife is the one that came up with the idea. My wife's name is Mary Bell, and she comes with the idea, and I execute. So she said, "You know what, honey? We need to do something for the kids." So that's where we developed a budget of $200. And that's what this Ragnar event came out to be, because in order for anybody to be part of a Ragnar team, including myself, we have to fundraise $500, cover our expenses, because we don't charge the Wounded Warriors or the Ghost Stars. They come on board as our honor guests, and we cover everything for them, because we use Ragnars as a way to provide those warriors that are almost at the brink of breakdown, just to have them see something different, have them push the body beyond comprehension, especially those that are missing limbs, just to get the mind away from the PTSD, get the mind away from the insulation or the depression, the anxiety. Here they come together as a team, regardless what branch of service, man. When you come together with an armed forces member, you a brother, you a sister. So they understand that, yes, I'm missing a limb. It's not gonna grow, but that boy or that girl is missing daddy. That boy or that girl go to sleep every night crying because their hero is forever gone. So we have chosen to come together as a unit and buy Christmas gift. Just one simple thing, a Christmas gift. How simple can that be? But you will be amazed the joy, the happiness that those kids receive just because somebody cared.
It's beautiful. I love it.
That also kind of like extends that hand from the veteran community to the family, which is, they're just as much part of our family of veterans as anybody else. So I really appreciate that portion of what you guys do.
And just for those folks that are listening, if you ever Google Operation-Giveback.org, you will not find the word Ghost Star on our language, because we don't speak Ghost Star.
Okay.
To be a Ghost Star, your loved one had to die in theater. But how many of our heroes have gone to combat? They get blown up. Their body die in front of them. They miss limbs and they come back home. But because of what happened in combat and the PTSD and the regret, they commit suicide. So the question is, where did he die? Well, yeah, the body died here in the United States, but the mind died when his soldier, his Marine, his airman, his sailor, his Coast Guard died. So that's why we don't use Ghost Star. We use the word fallen heroes families.
Fallen heroes families. Fantastic. Yeah. No, that's wonderful. I mean, personally, yeah, it's our charge as the individuals who came home to take care of our families of the fallen. I mean, that's something that's very near and dear to my own heart, especially in, there were a lot of guys that we lost, when we were overseas in our different combat tours and things of that nature, and that's something that very much so brings peace and joy to my heart, helping and seeing those families, yes, through trials and adversity, but, I mean, it's so fantastic, especially the look on the children. I commend you. I commend you for what you have done, sir. This is awesome. This really is. Veterans, if you haven't already done so, anybody in the listening audience, check out Operation Giveback. It's operation-giveback.org. Again, that's operation-giveback.org. And you got to look them up. You got to look them up. If nothing else, donate. Come on out, run a Ragnar. I mean, jump in line with all your other veterans. We're having a good time out here, man. I'm telling you right now, I ain't hurting. I'm being useful right now. We're adding value to the world. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell yes. I love it. Well, Well, thank you so much for coming on.
No, don't even try.
Whoa, wow.
So usually we also like to grab a little bit of story, little tidbit from your time in service. Just find the funniest thing in your memory bank and just let it go. Just what the private, like running into a wall,
You know, one of my story that stuck with me. It could be funny or it could be, profound. So depending on how you looked at it. But see, when I joined the Army, I couldn't speak English at all. And I remembered, normally you take the ASVAT test once. I took it maybe 5-6 times. I just couldn't pass the test. But see, it was always my dream to join the armed forces. I never even thought about, I didn't know what was a command sergeant major. My goal was to be a U.S. Army sergeant because a man by the name of John Wayne was a sergeant. See, I used to lay on the sidewalk in Puerto Rico as a young boy and just lay back at night and look at the stars and wonder how they look from John Wayne country. So you got to understand that my little island, for whatever reason, I don't know why, this big, amazing machine called the United States took care of my little island. So I, from the beginning, knew I was going to serve because that was the least I could do for this great nation. So when I joined the service, I went to basic training. Normally it's 9 weeks. Took me almost 6-7 months. But you know what? It took me that long because I couldn't speak the language. I couldn't understand it, but I knew one thing, I wasn't going to quit. The proof of the desire is in the pursuit. But the proof of the pursuit is on what you are looking to do. And I remember on my first duty station, they treated me pretty bad. And I became what they told me I was, a ragbag, until a African-American Sergeant First Class by the name of McKnight came to me and talked to me like my dad. He said, you know what, you're an embarrassment, but not to the United States, but to your family. And that was the turning point that I could go back and trace because one man cared. So what's the story here? We need to care. We need a word in season to inspire and to motivate those that, for whatever reason, are not doing the right thing. Nobody get up in the morning to say, you know what, let me be a ragback. No. But it's a compilation of things that happen. But one man, Sergeant First Class McKnight, I wish I could see him one more time and say, look here, because you care, I went from being a ragback to the highest rank in the greatest army known to mankind, Command Sergeant Major. Not because I was that good, but one man cared. One man put his fingerprint in my heart and taught me a lesson. Not a funny lesson, but something that is profound for those that are listening. And I'm sure that a lot of people listening to this, they know, because you could trace back to the crossroads decision that you made. So today I'm here, and I'm leading an amazing organization, not big in numbers, but you know what? People know OGB because OGB delivers. Just got a letter from Puerto Rico that they have 68 fallen hero children. Unless we do something, they will not have Christmas. Guess what? We say we're going to do something. Those 68 fallen hero kids are going to get a gift, each one of them, this Christmas 2016, because you know what? OGB delivers. Thank you.
So how can our listeners, and us for that matter, get involved as far as getting these presents out to the kids?
One thing that I would like to ask is for everybody listening to this to go and visit YouTube and type the words O or the letters OGB and the following question: what will you do? OGB, what will you do? If what you see on that video line up with your values, then I would love for you to drop me an email personally to me. You could go to the website and hit info. They all come to me. And then let's talk on how you can use your resources just to be a blessing to military orphans in your community. They don't have to come to me. You could do it where you're at. Just like Oprah say, in your community, you can do something. And let me tell you, if we don't do it as an armed forces community for our own kind, nobody's going to do it.
Veterans
Remember,
helping veterans.
OGB deliver. Let you yes be yes, and veterans serving veterans. Wow, what an amazing concept. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So where can we follow you? You got a Facebook page?
Our Facebook page is Operation Giveback. My personal is Jose Garcia Aponte, and I'm just an open book, ready to do something to impact somebody's life positively. Please help me with one last thing. The youngest World War II is 93 years old. Wow. What that means, in the next 7 years, they're all going to be gone. In your community, can you please go outside your doors and search for World War II vets? Take them to lunch, clean their car, visit their home. Most of them can't even come out. They can't even go shopping no more. Just once a week, take a point to remove yourself from yourself and care for somebody else. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Cigars and Sea Stories. Juslin, that was fun, driving 8 hours there and 8 hours back. Yay.
These types of things are possible. It's just a great time, you know?
Hey guys, go ahead, click subscribe, rate, review the show. We want to get outside the wire and do a lot more of these remote location podcasts in the very near future. So give us a rating, tell us the comments. How do you think we could do better while we're out on the road? We're looking to come to a variety of different cities over the course of the upcoming year and to share sea stories with veterans in their locations. So if you're a veteran who is adding value to the world, go ahead and go to cigarsandseastories.com/contact us, or just click on the contact page over there on cigarsandseastories.com and drop us a line. We'd love to link up with you, while we're out on the road talking to folks. So give us a shout. And, yeah, you got anything else? What do you think?
Cue the music. Me. Do it.